Hi, everybody. Welcome into Prime Time. We are going to have a fantastic show. It's so great to be back with you live again. We're going to be talking about how to champion the champion within with Grandmaster Dennis Kelly, who just took a 6th world title. Stick around. We'll be right back with our mystery guest and more. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into Primetime TV show. We are back live and unrehearsed right here in downtown Newport Richey, where we come on every Monday live at 5. Today, I'm really excited about our show because, as many of you know through Facebook and all the announcement, the TV write-ups, and now Channel 10 will be out to do a story on my husband, we thought we would bring in some special guests because he couldn't have done this all on his own without the support of not only his daughter, Miss Penny Eggers, who is with the Dunedin Fire Department, and his longtime sparring partner, Lee Burgess from Burgess Modern Day Warrior Martial Arts School,
Yes, karate.
MMA, karate, you do it all. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
It's so great to have you with us, and of course we surprised my husband with his daughter. So, champ, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
What more can I say than congratulations? And let me tell you, it's been a rough what? When did you start training for this? 6 months ago?
About 6 months ago, yeah.
Exactly. So how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel with my fingers.
Did we ever expect that you were going to pull off a...
No, I just wanted to compete to show people that no matter what situations, no matter how gloom things may be, that you can pull out from under it. And inside of all of us is a champion. But I got the little extra surprise getting in first place.
Yeah, that really was. I mean, it's not that we really need more 5-foot trophies, but I'll tell you, it was amazing when they asked us, did we want the cup that you could ship on the airplane, or did you want the 5-foot trophy? We said, we'll take the big one. Red and gold and
Didn't
beautiful.
take but about 2 seconds.
It was very exciting. Of course, Penny, I remember a while back, you were going, my dad's going to compete again? Really? You were a little like, no.
Oh, I know. Of course, as a daughter, I'm concerned, you know, and I was like, oh boy. But I'm very proud of him, and I knew he could do it. He's got the drive to do that, and I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him, and I wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, work took precedence over that, but I was very proud of what he accomplished.
So I bet it didn't surprise you either, did it?
That he went back to fight?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I would probably do the same thing.
I remember the first time I mentioned it, she said, no way.
Well, I was concerned, and you know, being a firefighter paramedic, I know, you know, trust me, this man, he is the epitome of, I tell everybody, I brag about him all the time. I was like, I show him videos, look at my dad, look what he's doing at 80 years old. Or near 80 years old. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you older than you are.
It's all right. I got 2 years to go.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the whole thing. And as you know, and you have followed this thing, that he has been really fighting his own battle, his own fight for life with the Parkinson's disease. And so you've watched the transformation on how he has come back from the black hole that I call it.
Absolutely. A couple years ago, I was completely shocked. I hadn't seen you guys in a while, and we went out, and I was completely shocked. I was like, oh boy, what's going on here? And Barbara confided me that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and immediately my medical training checked in, and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be bad, knowing that Parkinson's leads to dementia and frailty, fall, just all kinds of things. And then and he told me, he goes, I'm going to beat this. And I'm thinking to myself, I know he's determined and he's going to try, but I was kind of doubtful at first. And then I saw his transformation. It was amazing, completely amazing. And the workouts that he's doing puts younger people to shame. And I'm really hopeful that I think he really is going to beat this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did a lot of research, and one of the biggest things that come up with, they recommend excessive exercise. Well, that was right down my alley, because I love to exercise. So I figured, well, it's a fight between me and Parkinson. I'm a warrior, not a warrior, so I'm going to beat this. And also, the fact is that having a mental attitude that I can't beat it, not just doing the exercises, but actually believing in my heart and my mind, and of course being on the right supplements. It was a combination, having a good support group, you and my wife and my sparring partner, all been encouraging, and so many other people. So I didn't think it was such a foolish thing to do, because I wanted to get this idea across, but there's so many people that have life-threatening diseases that are written off as terminal, and Parkinson's disease, the doctor tells you there's no cure for it. So there is something in between that, and that's hope. And the big thing I want to gain out of this is not winning a trophy or showing somebody that I could still fight at 78 years of age. I wanted to let a legacy go in the sense that you can overcome any obstacle if you are in the right mindset and have the right desire.
Well, you certainly had the right desire. There's just like no stopping you. I mean, this is crazy stuff. We have just about 5 minutes till break, but I just want to take us to break in a few minutes with Lee. Lee, give me a one-liner on this guy. You've known him for 25 years. You have been there supportive every single time. You've driven miles and miles to come down here, to go to the local gym, to get, out there punching and kicking and carrying on. What do you have to say?
It's the epitome of warrior spirit. He is an inspiration to people of all ages. I just hope that when I'm his age, I can move half as well as he does still.
Now, I just want to let everybody know that Lee is how old?
42.
42, and Master Kelly is 78. Mm-hmm. So you've always been younger all these years.
Oh, yeah.
You've never caught up to him.
Never caught up.
You were 19 when I started sparring with you?
Yeah, I was 19. Also,
yeah, and I used to kick his butt.
Also,
now he kicks my butt.
No, it's not that easy. He still gives you a run for your money.
I think he lets me score once in a while.
I don't know. No. I took some pretty serious,
But he's a great partner, because he is really good at what he does.
Right.
He's a professional,
right.
A true professional, from the bottom to the top. And so sparring with somebody like that is really, you have to set the bar pretty high.
Exactly. And the other thing is that you're so humble that you are still learning, even at this age. He has another sparring partner down in Palm Harbor, but Lee has been so loyal all these years, and you're always on the cutting edge out there because you have your own school,
yep.
And you turn out champions yourself.
Yeah, 7 national and world champions, yep.
And how long have you had your school? Not that long, really.
I've been teaching in the Spring Hill area for about since 1994.
Uh-huh.
But my latest school has been for 4 years now.
Yeah, so 4 years, and you're turning out all these champions and everything, and
Yep.
and then you're still what a life! How fun is that, really? You know what? Can we go to a few of those pictures, James, and then we'll take that right to break, and when we come back, we'll talk some more about some of the secrets and how to champion the champion within you. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No! It's not supposed to happen.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental. Providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now. I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi everyone, welcome back into Primetime TV show. And Eva McHenry, a shout out to you. We are on Facebook Live right now. So I want to thank everybody that's joining us here today, because now you do get a chance to hear some of the secrets of a champion, which I asked my husband earlier today. Okay, can you give me just 3 bullet points on what it takes to be a champion? And he froze on me. You know why? Because there's so much, right?
It's hard to really pinpoint, say what is the most important. There's so many important things. But one of the first things I tell everybody is we have, obviously everybody will agree that we have unlimited potential, unlimited power. We call it, some call it power. There's nothing that we can't accomplish or do. And the thing is, to have that power, the most important thing is to believe you have that power. Now, once you're aware of it, then you can use it. But if you don't know it, or don't believe it, or don't look at it from that philosophical standpoint, then you never utilize it. Mm-hmm. You set those self-imposed limits on yourself. And I prefer to call it the champion side of all this, because sometimes the word power scares people, or people look at that as a negative, because power can be misused in so many different ways. So in using the word power, I changed it to the word champion, that champion inside of all of us. If you want to be a world-class mother, world-class father, world-class school teacher, it's all the same principles as being a world-class martial artist. It's all the same things. It's believing that we have this fantastic, phenomenal power inside of all us, that world champion, and being able to develop a strong belief system, because that's important. Believing you can do it. Believing that it's going to take a lot of hard work and sacrifice. Believing in yourself. Believing in the system. And those things are important.
You just made me think about believing in yourself and everything. And I've told everybody right up to the day before and the day of when we went over to Orlando. This was the 43rd world's largest martial arts championship tournament, and just that week before, all the crazy stuff was happening around the world. And it just did not permeate, it did not penetrate through your brain, through your heart. You just kept going, didn't he, Lee?
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
I mean, he
Absolutely,
just, staying focused. And I mean, that in itself is staying focused and just weed your way through all the weeds and all the nonsense and all the talk that you hear out there and this and that. And I think that that was probably, that could be a challenge for someone.
Well,
how do you do that?
I can sum it up in 3 words. The 3 most important words in my life are thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Think about it for a minute. Every time you think something and build a passion and keep that thought in your mind and have that desire and that passion to have it come to fruition, you're creating a situation where that very thing you're thinking about vibrates at the same vibration that your thoughts are. And that materializes into a fact rather than a thought. Thoughts are things. That's proven. In quantum physics, they've proven that beyond a shadow of a doubt. So you get a little quantum physics simplified by just saying thoughts are things, but realizing behind that is a tremendous amount of philosophical beliefs and philosophical viewpoints, and that all lead to the power of thought.
That's pretty amazing. You know, the other thing is getting just before the competition. I was watching him, and I took many pictures, and you'll be able to see those on his website at dennis-kelly.com. We have a whole hour interview, not with me, but with somebody else, and you'll see all the pictures and everything. But the day of, you weren't nervous. You weren't fidgety, you weren't pacing, you went off, did your stretches, right, Lee?
Absolutely. Yep.
Why? How come you don't ever get nervous with that stuff anymore? Is it because of that mindset, and you just keep doing the same thing over and over that works?
I program myself for success.
Oh.
Every single goal, with the exception of one, every single goal I've ever set in my life I've made. Every one, except the one. And the one goal, it's not that I didn't make it, I'm still working on it. That's the movie of my life. Not because it's my life, but because my movie, because of the fact that I came from such a sordid childhood, being able to rise above that, being a lousy athlete in high school and grade school, terrible. Be able to do what I've done, I want to share that with the world, because there's so many people out there that come from bad childhood, that have bad breaks in life, and what do? They succumb to it. They don't realize there's a way out of it. Inside of all of us is that champion. So that's why I want the movie made. What better way to get the message to millions of people? Because I'm only one person, and my instructors that I train, they're only 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 20, you know, out there in the world promoting it. What if I got millions of people?
We're going to get that
believing
done.
in those philosophical viewpoints that I talk about so much.
Exactly. And again, going back, if you're just tuning in for the first time, in the first segment, we were actually talking about the battle that you have fought for the last 3 to 4 years, actually a little bit longer than that, but our lives almost came to a screeching halt in about 2013, and we both had to really put our big boy and our big girl panties on, that's all I can say, and just step up and step out and refuse to accept this and never, never give up. And that is
That's
true.
Well, I said at first, God, why me? I take care of myself. I do the right things. I try to live my life right. God, why me? Then I thought to myself, God, why not me? Because the first thing I think, what could be good about this? That's always one of my philosophies. Well, what is good about this? Well, what could be good about me having Parkinson's disease? Well, the fact is I'm probably one of the few people that can overcome it. As a result, think of all the lives that I can save, all the lives that I can help live a better natural life in spite of their things, not because of it.
It's true. It's really true. I want to ask Penny, my husband's daughter. It's so great to have
Which
you with
I'm
us.
so proud of her, too.
I know.
She's proud of me, I'm proud of her.
I have a feeling you're a chip off the old block. Being a firefighter, you got to be rough and tough to get out there. What do you do to get yourself mustered up with the strength that you need?
Well, it's interesting. There's a story when I was first in the fire academy. The very first day, I started a little late. I was 35 when I went to the academy. The very first day, the instructor said, he came and dressed all in his, all his medals and said, look around. He says, most of you are not going to be here. If you're 35 and over, if you're a female, and if you work a full-time job, you won't be here at the end. I said, huh.
Watch me.
Oh, yes, I will.
I love it.
And I came in extra. I came in early. I got out there and did all the physical stuff that I was struggling with. I had an instructor saw me out there, and he was like, "I want to go out there and help her." So one of the instructors started coming in early with me and worked with me every single day that I came out there, and I passed. And I was like, I'm going to show him. And I made it. I graduated. I walked.
You graduated with high honors, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
Like father, like daughter.
Yep.
How
So
about that?
I was not going to let him
That's
beat me.
awesome.
Well, that's so funny because I was 35 when I started Tai Chi, karate and Tai Chi. I was 35, at the same age, and I was told that I wouldn't be able to ever do well in the tournaments and things like that. So it's funny how our lives paths have crossed and so parallel in many different ways.
Father and daughter.
How about that?
See that? Well, you know what? That's that drive. It's
Yeah.
like tell you that you can't do something, it makes you even want to do it more. And I commend you for that. And of course, Lee, I mean, you're fighting every single day and out there and teaching kids for self-defense and everything. Give us a few pointers on where you get your strength, because that can be a challenge, having all the kids in the school and getting them disciplined, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the martial arts has been a part of my life since I was 6 years old. I started martial arts when I was 6 years old, and I've done it ever since, and it became a little way of life for me. And one of the most rewarding things about my job is passing on that knowledge and that way of life to kids and trying to make them better people. Like Dennis said about the champion in all of us, I tell my students that everybody wants to win, but true champions expect to win. So when I'm teaching my kids, I try and enforce that mindset that you got to expect to win, not just want to win. Because everybody wants to win. Bad teams in professional sports want to win. The good teams expect to win.
So it's a different mindset.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset.
Yeah,
you won't accept failure.
Absolutely.
There's only one
Yeah.
option, and that's to win.
To win.
How old are the children that you teach the martial
I teach them
arts?
from 3 on up, and my oldest student is in his 70s.
Yeah.
Also, yep. So I teach people of all ages.
I want to say this one thing.
We got 3 minutes.
So many instructors I've worked with over the period of years, had many masters, so I've got a pretty good idea of what represents a good school and a good martial arts. And this is truly martial artist from the heart all the way through the head. So anybody in the Spring Hill area that wants to be involved in martial arts, you're the school, Modern Day Warrior.
Exactly. Martial arts, people think, it's violent, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. But the one thing that, I had my son, and well, when you have 2 sons, I'm not going to go take a sewing class with them, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I thought, well, what can I encourage them and to be able to fend off if they were attacked somehow. So we took a martial arts class together, and I learned so much from my original grassroots, which was the Shotokan, in the respect that kids learn.
Absolutely.
Manners that are falling to the wayside a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the whole premise with learning the martial arts is, no, you don't go out there and try to pick fights, right?
No, absolutely not. I try and make my students be better people outside of the dojo as well as inside it. I want them to be good, productive members of society. And out of all the years of teaching, I've never had somebody come up to me and say, hey, you were my sensei, and what do you do with yourself now? Oh, I was in jail. No, they're all good people. They're all professionals, growing up, a lot of them now, and have families of their own, and just generally good members of society.
And so as a sensei, it's like you're reinforcing the whole parental, you're helping parents. You're really helping to assist them.
Absolutely. I have a lot of parents that come to me and say, little Johnny is not doing well at home. Can you talk to him, Sensei? Because I know he'll listen to you.
I wonder why is that? Why is that?
When I taught a group of 4 to 6 year olds for a couple of years, the parents would bring little Johnny into me, And I'd say if Johnny was not getting good grades, I'd say, Johnny, unless you up your grades, you're not going to get your next belt.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Parents couldn't believe, I can't believe
Yeah.
what transformation
Yeah, I do
came
the
over
same
little
thing.
Johnny.
I want to see report cards. I want to see.
Yeah, well, to this modern day schools, it's cool to be bad at school with the average kid. It's cool to be bad.
Yep.
It's cool to be good in the karate school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to be bad at school. So they learn at the martial arts school, they learn that it's really neat to be good and to refuse drugs, to refuse
Absolutely,
smoking,
yeah.
to be able to be a good child, a good kid. There's more rewards in
Be a
that than
leader
there's
and
being
not a
bad.
follower. Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
something that the parents can't do sometimes, and it certainly can't be done in the schools.
Yeah, very true.
Absolutely. Well, it's exciting to talk about this. We have just a minute remaining. We've got martial artists in our crew here too, black belts and everything. And you know, I love the martial arts for what it is. It's played a major role in our lives, and because of all that respect that the kids can learn. In fact, 3 years old, our grandson is going to be 3 in November.
Wow.
So maybe we'll just make a little trip up to
Yeah.
Spring Hill with that little guy. He's
Absolutely.
ready. He is so ready. He's a superhero kid.
And the lifelong friends you meet
Yeah.
through the martial arts is incredible.
Absolutely.
You could not speak to somebody in 20 years and you run across them and it's like you never skip a beat.
That is so true, and that happens every time we go to a tournament,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's recognized, and
Yep.
people actually wanted to pray with him,
Yeah.
and kids wanted to
It's
get
the
their
most
pictures
amazing
taken.
thing.
Selfies with him. Yep.
I know, the selfies, it was so
The selfies with the
hysterical.
kids was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was great. Well, already another break we're going to take right now. When we come back, we'll have some more little tidbits for you. Thanks for joining us here on Primetime TV Show. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation Visit Pasco County, Florida.
At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi everyone, welcome back into Primetime TV show. Hey, listen, we are on Facebook Live for the show today. How fun is that? Boy, this technology is really cool, isn't it, guys?
It's fun.
I love it.
Very good.
So if you're just joining us for the first time, I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. With me is my husband, Dennis Kelly, and a 6-time world martial arts champion. We decided to bring his daughter, well, I decided to ask Penny, our mystery guest, and surprise my husband, Penny Eggers, who's with the Dunedin Fire Department, and Lee Burgess, who happens to be my husband's longtime sparring partner. What did we decide? Was it 25 years?
25 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many years difference between the two of you dudes?
I'm 42 and he's 78, so
30, 35, 30-some?
36, something.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that's a long time.
I know,
Yep.
it's crazy. Crazy good though, but we have been sharing a few tips because it's not all about the 5-foot trophy. It's what we do to champion the champion within. And it doesn't matter whether you're a martial artist, if you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, if you're a student, college student, high school student, elementary, it doesn't matter. The whole concept is really believing in yourself and what we do to do all that. And also get through different things in our lives, through crisis, through the volatile times in the world. And my husband just pulled this off just a few weeks ago at the World event. It was the 43rd World Martial Arts Champion event, and he took first place. We didn't bring the trophy today. Maybe next time we will. He's so humble. He doesn't want to drag it anywhere. But it's huge. It's taller than me, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have 2 more short segments here before we close our show. Can you think of another little something that you can share with people just as of recently, how this all has come together? I know you're doing this to raise the awareness for people on the human spirit and to never give up no matter what it is that you're doing in your life. And we're using you as the story. I know you have a whole list of things that's going to be coming out in his program called Champion the Champion Within. And it's a whole fight or flight program that you go step by step. So can we sneak out a few steps here in the last couple of segments?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. There's so many, but I can give some of the more important ones. One of the most important thing about being successful is find what you want to do that excites you, that you can build a passion. Nothing ever works its way to success unless there's passion behind it. If you set a goal, if you're not passionate about the goal, you'll sleaze out of the success of that goal. You have to box people in, you have to box yourself in for success. If you decide you're going to accomplish the goal or something, then what you need to do is to look at the goal has already been achieved. In other words, work backwards. How did I achieve that goal? What did I do to make that goal? And then build a strong group of belief systems. But the key thing is when you see that goal, feel it, touch it, taste it, get passionate about it. In other words, the why needs to be, you don't have to worry about the how. Problem is people get bogged down in the how. They're looking, well, how am I going to do this? You don't need to worry about the how. The universal power will take care of that. That champion inside is a spiritual word. That's the one that has all the answers in every single cell. The key to that is to realize you have this fantastic champion inside of you that wants to come out. So I don't care if it's being a top school teacher in your school, then you would get a passion, seeing rewards given to you, seeing the students give up, giving you applause. Now it's already seeing the scene is already accomplished, and then work backwards from there. And it works almost every single time. And as you know so many times, I actually pictured the trophy, the color of the trophy that I was going to get when I was rewarded that trophy. First time I ever done that was Madison Square Garden back in 1976. I came in second that year, and I pictured a brownish gold trophy for some reason, and it was a brownish gold trophy. Wow. Then the next year I came out of retirement, not out of retirement, but fought in that tournament again in the Henry Cho's World Tournament. And I won a first place there, and I saw it as a red trophy. And guess what? I was awarded a red trophy, standing in the same boxing ring that Muhammad Ali fought in. Then the next year was 1978. I pictured a bronze sort of red trophy, and sure enough, it was a bronze reddish trophy. So.
And we did that just before we went to Orlando.
Yeah, gold and red. We pictured a gold and red trophy, and guess what? They were gold and red trophies.
It sounds crazy, but
The more you use that, the more that you actually create things to happen and make things happen beyond your control. Dennis Waitley said something quite profound. He said when you, and he, by the way, has a very famous person, worked with the Olympic athletes and so on. And he said, when you set a goal and get passionate, 18 to 20 billion brain cells are activated. They vibrate at abnormal rates. And they bring things to that goal from all over the universe, so to speak. So that's way out there in left field. But I believe that. I believe we have this internal power. As God said in the Bible, it said, you too can do as greater works as I. That means you can do miracles. But we just have to believe that. And I believe that. So this goal, as far as a movie made out of my life, is going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no way it's not going to happen.
yeah, we've got so much support, and I think because people really look up to what you have accomplished in spite of some health challenges, that you're overcoming that as well. I mean, that is a miracle in itself.
Well, the funny part about that miracle, I never won at U.S. Open.
Yeah.
First place. I've been competing there 20-some years. Always the second or third place. So at my oldest age with Parkinson's, I do something I couldn't do when I was without. In other words, when I was younger and didn't have Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
Because I just pushed myself a little bit harder. Actually, a lot harder.
Yeah.
You know, I really believe that the strength and that power, as you call it, inside you has transcended down to your daughter, because personally, I can't see myself shinnying up a ladder and putting out fires. What do you have to do? You just go for it. How do you muster up that
That's a good question.
strength?
I've never had anybody ask me that before. I don't know. It's just something. It's that adrenaline rush, to be honest with you. I think that fire and that internal desire to really want to help people, whether it's helping people. I don't know them. I have no idea, but just this intrinsic desire to help put my life in for somebody else's, to save them. You know, I don't know. I've never really. I think it just really comes with inside.
The passion.
It is a passion inside, and I'm set to retire in October. It's kind of mixed feelings about that. I'm going to really super miss it, but it's for, time.
By the way, Penny's birthday was yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There's an inside joke on that one too. I turned 55, so.
Oh
It's hard
dear.
to believe.
I know.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, my husband brought a cake to the station. I was working yesterday. I was on duty for my birthday. But
That's neat.
How
he
fun.
surprised me with a birthday cake.
That's so fun. Well, happy birthday, dear
Thank
one.
you.
And what was I going to say? You have been preparing, though. This is so great. You've been preparing for your retirement. Like, you're not just going to stop. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to do. We have, about 3 minutes before our break?
Well, part of being a firefighter, I'm also a paramedic, and so I thought a natural progression was to continue service on giving back to my own kind. There's a lot of talk and a lot of bring to light of post-traumatic stress disorder. So I'm currently in graduate school for St. Leo University for a licensed clinical social worker, and my goal and my passion now is to work with families and uniformed services on preventing post-traumatic stress. How can we build our resiliency, which falls right into what you do inside. What can we do to bring out that champion in us so that firefighters and police officers and paramedics don't succumb to, the depression and domestic violence and substance abuse. But there are some things that we can train ourselves for that resiliency. So that is my next passion, is to give back to my fellow firefighter, paramedics, police officers, uniformed services, military personnel on working with post-traumatic stress and particularly preventing it.
So you're
That is
going
so
for your
awesome.
PhD, right?
Right now I'm my master's, but eventually
master's.
PhD. But I'm in the master's program right now. I currently work with the county team. It's called Critical Incident Stress Management for any kind of sentinel event that we may have in the field, a line of duty death, or some other traumatic event. we do peer counseling. So we go out 24/7. They call us up. We go out. And we have basically a debriefing on what happened. This is shown to help in future preventing post-traumatic stress. Sadly to say that in Pinellas County, we've had only one line of duty death in 20 years, but in the past 20 years, we've had 10 death by suicide. So, and 4 in 1 year. So that, once again, is going to be my passion, is to prevent those tragedies from happening.
Well, certainly going and doing it for the right reason, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
And that's part of the secret of success, is do what you're doing for the right reason.
Absolutely.
And you certainly are. That is amazing.
Now you know why I'm so proud of her.
See, we sure are. Well,
And I'm
it's,
proud of you, Guy, how you've
Thank you very
really
much.
made your life
Thank
the way
you.
you wanted to go and have a very successful school.
Yeah,
Wonderful,
thank you.
wonderful students.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm very blessed to have the students that I have. Yep.
well,
One of the resiliency training too is there's a lot of talk about is doing stuff like martial arts and yoga and stuff
Yeah.
to bring to kind of like bring that center,
Yeah.
the center focus on
The
yourself.
peace.
Absolutely.
The peace.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Exactly.
excellent.
Well, it sounds like we're all in agreement that it all comes from that passion from within, and doing what you love and loving what you do, and really
Very much so.
just jumping all in and going all out for it. And then that does create that champion from within.
Yeah.
So we all have that, and it looks like it's time to take another break here on Primetime TV Show. Then we come back, we'll have a few more tips for you. Hope you're enjoying the show. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just 1 or 2 options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
at a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hey, welcome back to Primetime TV Show, and we have all our FaceTime friends watching out there too. Dan Latchamerny, a shout out to you. Dan happens to be our awesome web designer. If you go to dennis-kelly.com, you're going to see the magical work that he does for us. But this is so cool that our show is on FaceTime Live.
Excellent.
I love it. I mean, Facebook Live. So anyway, welcome back in. This is our last segment, and we want to say thank you for being with us, and hopefully you've been able to glean a few things from us martial artists, and of course Penny. That was so wonderful what you were saying and what you're going to be doing, you know, after you retire this October.
Yeah.
Or November, October?
October.
I was thinking it was a year from October. Wow.
No, I know, it's sneaking up fast.
I know. Well, you know what? It's going to give you a little bit more time, obviously, to focus into your studies and really hone in and have some more of your own center time, right?
Absolutely, and then maybe I can catch one of his tournaments
That-
in Miami in November, right?
Absolutely. So,
that would be
yeah,
wonderful.
thanks for, that's a good segue. Thank you. He's supposed to be competing again in November, you say?
November.
And what tournament is that?
It's called the International, it's a world tournament with NASCA, sponsored by NASCA.
And that's National Association of Martial Artists?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same one that you just did in Orlando. I mean, the same group of people to
Yeah,
support
same
that.
group with ISA also is involved.
Okay.
The biggest names in the martial art world.
That's very cool. And it looks like what we're going to do is, we do have a few minutes to show some of the pictures, and we'll have Lee out there. Oh, there's Lee and my husband. Boy, Lee, you were really looking like you were defending there.
myself, yes.
It looked like I was saying, I see Lee, I see something coming.
There you go. And of course, showing much respect. There is right after the win. There's a fellow that wanted to pray with him. There's Wally Faulkner with Black and Blue Productions, who has filmed the tournaments ever since I can remember, going back 20 years. There's my son, John Marvel, and my husband. And I'll tell you, that was a absolutely fabulous day. This was the judges, the referees, showing much respect to this 78-year-old world champion 6 times over. Now, we also have, who was this guy?
Cisco.
Cisco.
World
Cisco.
famous martial artist.
Another world
James
famous
Cisco.
martial
One of the top
artist.
fighters in the senior heavyweight division.
Yeah, that was so cool. Everybody comes up to my husband at these tournaments. Here's a young kid wanting to get, look at, he's like hanging out.
Yeah, I'd never seen the kid before, but wanted to have a selfie. I mean,
Wanted
to
to
me,
have a selfie with
I
you.
had tears in my eyes. I was
That's
so...
respect. That's respect.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
lines that we touched that weekend. That's why I decided not to retire. It would be selfish of me to retire.
Absolutely. Now, this is a gentleman, I forgot his name. Do you remember who that was? You hadn't seen him, it had been 30 years since you'd seen him.
He saw me fight 30 years ago.
Yeah.
He came, I saw you. He said, "You're still fighting?"
He couldn't believe it.
Wow, that's excellent.
Whoops.
There's-
And there
there's
we
the
are with
Sort
a
of dizzy
trophy.
there.
Standing sideways, that was good.
That was a pretty neat trick. How did we do that?
That was a good one. But thanks, James, for showing those. And you saw the
good
trophy
pictures.
there, even though it was sideways, 5-foot trophy. So you're going to be coming back. So we have a few minutes in this last segment. If right now you had to come up with one thing to share with everybody in their personal life, whether they're in sports, whether they're in business, whether they're home raising their family, whatever it is, what would you say?
The one formula that stands out amongst all of them is Q plus Q times S equals the amount of success that you're going to achieve in that endeavor or in life. And the Q stands for the quality plus the quantity of your service times the spirit and harmony in which that service is rendered will give you the amount of success. That can be in any business, can be the quality of your training plus the amount of training times the spirit and harmony in which that training takes place is going to give you the amount of success. It doesn't matter what it is. You want to be a best father, best quality, plus the quantity of the good things that you do, times the spirit and harmony in which it was created makes the difference between success and failure. The key, the times factor, is the spirit and harmony. Everything you do if you do the idea of spirit and harmony, it's going to, and it's not easy. There are times when the spirit and harmony goes out the window, but it's realizing that you need to get that spirit and harmony back to where it should be. And then you enjoy the work or the endeavor, the training, whatever it is. The problem is when you're dealing with people, sometimes you may want to improve the quality and quantity of your life with a good spirit and harmony, but somebody else isn't interested in what you're doing to improve your quality and quantity, and what they're doing is not allowing you to keep your quality high. And I tell everybody, then you go to the law of allowing other people to do the things they want to do, even though they don't want you to do the things you want to do. So realizing people are doing the best they can do with what they have to work with. That's the key. And don't allow somebody else's shortcomings to become your aggravations.
Exactly. Now, we have only 5 minutes remaining, and there's one exercise that everybody can do besides deep breathing, a little bit of Qigong, a little bit of Tai Chi, getting into some martial arts classes, which is also great for getting frustrations out. Let's face it, we're living in a whole completely different world these days. You know it, and we know it. So it's up to us to be accountable and take action for being accountable and stepping up, stepping out, doing what we need to do to survive in a really more loving place and a more loving world. And we try to do that on a regular basis. I will say my husband is a master at it, 24/7. And I'm getting there. I'm far from being a master, but I do the very best I can with what I have to work with. You've always given your exercise of the 2-minute rule. And we only have about 3 minutes now.
The 2-minute what?
The 2-minute rule. You don't go past the, we only have 3 minutes, so do it fast.
One angry thought held for 5 minutes or more will lower your IgA level for 6 to 8 hours. The main system of the immune system is the IgA level. That's your first line of defense. Just one angry thought, worry thought, angry, jealous, or whatever, held for 5 minutes or more will lower that immune system. Some people go with a lower immune system all day, 24 hours a day. The key is you got 2 minutes to replace that angry thought or feeling with a positive thought and feeling, and going to your heart, because those 2 minutes are going to change the difference between life and death in some cases. And the fact is that you're putting good hormones in the body. After 5 minutes of angry thought, you're putting adrenaline, cortisol, all these negative hormones in the body, negative because they're over in excess. And that can destroy the body. It prematurely ages you. So you got 2 minutes. What I have everybody do is wear a rubber band. And every time you get an angry thought, pop the regular rubber band. You got 2 minutes to replace it with a caring, loving thought. And to go 7 days without going past 2 minutes, your life will never be the same. And if you can't make it past the 7 days or to the 7 days, if you go to the 4th day, start all over again. The object is to go 7 days without going past 2 minutes with an angry thought.
And
then once
works.
you do that, your life is never the same. You will never want to be negative again more than 2 minutes.
That is so true, and we've shared that from time to time when we do our shows on Mondays. So it looks like it's coming to our close for this Monday, and I want to thank our guest, Penny Eggers, my
Yes, thank you
husband's
so
daughter,
much.
and Lee Burgess, who is like a son to us for the last 25 years, for
Thank
heaven's
you.
sakes. And
It's been fun.
thanks a lot, Champ, for joining us.
You're welcome a
and,
lot.
and sharing those little tidbits. And we'll be back again next week, and we'll fill you up with more great, luscious, wonderful tips on how to champion the champion within. And in the meantime, if you want to go to dennis-kelly.com, you can see some of the different events that are coming up. And we will be signing off right now. So thanks for joining. I think that's a wrap. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank
Hasta
you.
la vista.
at a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to doctor.
Take this off on.
Yeah. We, where is that thing?
No, you got to unfasten here.
Oh.
That's what I needed you for.
Okay.
Don't get fresh now.
Oh my goodness, that was good. That was
Yeah,
really.
that was good
What'd you
fun.
think, Mom?